Yo, what's up? You're listening to the Juicebox Heroes podcast special episode on the pre-game one episode. As always, I'm PK. That's Chris Briles, and we brought in the man behind the glass from behind the glass. That's Andrew. What's going on, fellas? We are one evening away, right, from game one of the postseason. What y'all think? How we feeling?
Man, bring on Detroit. We discussed it a couple days ago on the last episode that, we were more than likely, going to get Detroit over Kansas City. As far as game one, Detroit's definitely going to bring probably the best of the two teams. As far as Detroit and Kansas City, they're going to bring the best of the aces with Screwball. But like I said, at this point, bring it. I'm pretty disappointed that all the games are at 1:30. So, yeah,
I told you.
No, you're right. You called it. You totally called it.
We're gonna get freaking shafted on it.
And it's not that bad of a thing, right? Just take off.
It's a terrible thing.
Yeah, it definitely sucks. So, yeah, that's all I got.
Well, look, I broke out my ring. I broke out my rings for this. My ring. Singular, unlike my other compadres here. They have multiple because they're a lot cooler than I am.
I only got one. The one tied
down. What you think, Briles? How we thinking? How we feeling?
Well, guys, last time we left you, we were going into it not knowing who we were going to end up facing in this wild card series, and I know I at least was hoping for Kansas City. We didn't get KC. But no big deal. Hey, who wants to see good baseball? Because that's what you got coming up. So with Hinch coming into town, and just like Chris said, we've got Scooble going against Framber Valdez game one, even though it's the businessman special at 1:30, as PK mentioned. Yeah, I'm not exactly excited about the time. I don't understand why MLB still does this. They keep saying it's like for the fans, but if it's for the fans and tradition, then who's watching it? That's my problem. Yeah. So anyway, build them up and then get them out there. But no, this is going to be a really awesome 3-game series to watch. I think we've got some really good pitching matchups. The Tigers are hot. The Astros are rested, ready to go. And I'm just excited to see it. So Andrew, what do you think? Good to see you on the podcast, buddy. So what you got going on?
Thanks for having me. Going live is different, but postseason is always great. It doesn't matter how we got here. The Rocky Star, strong finish, right? Like y'all said, everybody's rested up, so we're ready to go. It's excited. Our record this year against the Tigers has been a win too. So we're going in here with some confidence, rested pitchers and everybody. Who's starting our pitching off this postseason?
Framber's going game one.
Framber gets the ball. Framber against Scooble. It should be a good one.
Which Framber do we get?
Man, it looks like we're getting the Framber that we had in 2022. Man, Framber's been pitching like a gangster these last, 2 or 3 months. Like I said, the goal is going to be to, to not, to hopefully take game one. You don't want to go into a series at home being down 1-0. But for the most part, like I said, you've got a bunch of guys in the Tigers that this is the first time they've seen playoff anything, right? So I'll take our experience over what Detroit has any day.
Yeah, for sure. It's AJ Hinch. That's that was listening to the radio this morning on the drive to work, and they were trying to do jokingly 5 things I hate about the Tigers or 5 things I hate about AJ Hinch, right? And there really isn't. At least I can't think of anything, right? The dude's he's always. He should never have to buy a beer here in the city of Houston, right? So
I agree with that all day.
It's going to be interesting to see, this series because Detroit's coming in pretty hot. They're coming in hot, and then so are we, right? But we faced Scooble earlier in the season. I'm pretty sure he owned us. That was like a Friday night game, I think, on Apple TV. So I didn't get to watch that one. But Flaherty's not here; he's with LA. So Torkelson has been roping for them, but they've got a good young squad, man. Like, so it's going to be Framber's got to be the Framber that he's been the last 10, 11 starts, right? No rogue Framber, no let me get sidetracked or get butt hurt because they hit a home run or whatever it is, right? We know what happens to Framber when he gets rattled and when he gets in his head a little bit, and that's what we don't need. However, like we've said so many times, like these core group of guys with our team, they know what it's going to take to win postseason games and series, and I'm ready for it, man. I just, like y'all said, I hate that it's at 1:30. It's absolutely terrible.
Yeah, just keep Framber on track, and I think he's going to be totally fine. But you're right. That is one of the things that we've seen kind of all season. It's like if he goes out there and within the first 5 to 6 batters, all of a sudden, he gives up a dong, then he gets rattled and then doesn't start pitching well. So I haven't seen that in a while. So that's the one thing I'm very, very encouraged about. I think Framber's got it in him. He, even according to MLB.com today, was saying, I want the ball. So the fact that we all knew he was going to pitch game 1 anyway, right? But at the same time, the fact that he wants the ball and is being vocal about it, I really, really do like that. I think we got a huge advantage over the Tigers in just about every box, except Hinch has had way more experience, obviously, than Espada. And then Skubal is a pretty good pitcher. But, other than that, I'm really not that worried about it. And they've also got Javi Baez dragging them down. So I'm not terribly concerned about it.
No, they don't. Javi Baez is out for the season. So he will not be playing.
Why are you yelling?
I'm not yelling, dude. I'm totally calm. So totally calm.
Even if he's not in uniform, he's still dragging him down.
Contract wise, he's dragging him down. So the two best young hitters on Detroit, I was looking up, are pretty atrocious against left-handed pitching. So the rest of their guys, they're a good young team. They got hot, at the right time. But, like I said, it's definitely time for them to cool off. Just, have your time. I think this is a team that hasn't been in the playoffs in, 10 years or something like that?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So let them enjoy it. It's, hopefully, because I don't want to go and start talking a lot of shit because it'll backfire. But hopefully this will be, welcome to Houston. Have your little playoff hoorah. And then you're going back home in 2 days, hopefully.
I definitely don't. I don't want to go to a Thursday game, right? Because anything can happen. It's like a game 7. I know it's not. It's game 3, right? But it's anything can happen in those game 3 games, or those final games, game 7 type of deal. So, let's get these 2 wins, games 1 and 2, and get ready for what is it going to be Sunday? I think Sunday would be game 1 of the DS. I think.
Yeah. So what's the battle cry going to be? We got to win because this may be our last time with Bregman, right? So we got to do something.
I haven't seen anything online about it, but yeah, I am interested to find out what their battle cry is going to be too.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying not to think about the end of the season, right? Not
it's
yet.
The end of the season. You're there.
It's in the regular season, man. This is when the real season starts.
Season.
All those 6 months of us cussing and whining and yelling and being pissed off are about to heighten by 100-fold.
I don't think that was everybody that was doing all that.
Well,
yeah, no. I had to tell Andrew, Andrew, calm down, man. It's a long season. You gotta take it a game at a time. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Yeah. There you go. There's the old
we all have our flare-ups, But luckily, the flare-ups came and we were able to work through it, right? And so we are where we are now, which is in the best spot we can be. So
what's the news on Jordan? Anything?
So I read it was 50-50 for tomorrow.
50-50.
Or for today, if you're listening today, or if you're listening Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever.
That means that man can swing a bat. That's all I'm saying.
That's all he needs to do, man.
Yeah.
Even if he's not in
DH.
that DH spot,
Yeah.
man, he's at least got to be available off the bench to go in for a key hit. Just like if you remember from the postseason last year, we were playing the Mariners. Man, that was one of the biggest home runs I have seen in my entire life when he came in Seattle and just absolutely crushed that one. So as long as we've got that guy off the bench, I'm telling you, we're going to be solid.
Yeah,
Well,
I agree. I mean, that's going to be a big boost. Everybody's, I did get news about Chaz. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
Give me news about Jordan. I don't care about Chaz. So, what were you going to say, PK?
No, I was just saying I was going to agree with you. Like I don't really care about what's going on with Chaz. Like we only care about big number 44 and are you available? How are we feeling about the bullpen?
Questionable.
Well,
here's how I feel about them real quick, and I'll let you guys take it. I feel like they've gotten some rest, hopefully. I do think Espada did a pretty good job in that series going into Cleveland, where he was trying to rest some guys, make sure that we were set up and ready to go for this week. We got the day off, obviously, today, even though it's a day game tomorrow. But I think these guys actually are going to have some rested arms, so where we're going to be going in fresh and ready to rock.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're Espada, you got to sit all of your bullpen guys and just essentially tell them, like, listen, all the ups and downs, that everything that went down in the regular season is now nobody cares. It's a clean slate, essentially a brand new season.
That's right.
You guys need to go out there and execute the way that I know that we all know as fans. They know as a staff that they can execute. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, and I'm sure they've had this conversation. It's like, listen, at the end of the day, in the late innings, we're going to see Brian Abreu. We're going to see Ryan Presley. And those guys they're all pros, man. They're vets. And hopefully they can, let whatever happened in the regular season go. And again, clean slate. That's what I'd be saying. Clean slate. You guys do what you guys know how to do.
Hopefully they can bring it like they do in the postseason, where they change, right? And then you see the real guys and they show up to play. Just like when we work on the regular season and we have a slow start, all-star game, the Mexico series, right? That's about where you got to turn it, right? And you got to buckle down and get to it, right? You've been spring training and extended spring training, okay, and now we're at the postseason. It's time to buckle down and get to work. The guys know how to do it. They've been here before. Joe Espada can sit on the side and let the team do what they need to do, and they know what to do, and just kind of, collect the win. It's all good.
Such a homer.
Hey, he's not wrong though. We've been here.
I mean, he's
Tigers
not.
haven't.
Thank you, Browse. Thank you. You can't get a job. It's tough being a fan with you people. And yes.
Whoa, you people.
I think so. Here, I think my problem is that I'm a city of Houston fan. That's except for the Astros within the last 10 years. Overall, like any Houston team that's been worth the shit has somehow managed to let me down. Right now, the Astros minus these last 10 years. I mean, there was let down in 19 and 21, right? But so I'm always like, okay, what's the panic level? Let's just say tomorrow it doesn't go our way. What's the panic level? What's my panic level? My panic level would be like, now, thank God I'm not playing because I'm going to be pressing on game 2 to make sure. I mean, it's a win or go home game, right? So that's the importance of taking game 1. Whereas not that it relieves some of the pressure, right? But at the same time, if I drop game 1 and now I'm like, shit, like everything's out the window, your game plan's out the window. Now you have to win. Like you have to win those 2 games in a row. I mean, it's obvious, right? Because if you lose game 1, but I'm saying you win game 1, you can exhale a little bit, right? You obviously don't want to go to game 3, but now the pressure is obviously all on the Detroit because now every single pitch is heightened even more, and every single play is heightened even more, and the plate appearances are that more important on game 2. Whoever loses game 1.
Well, let me make you feel just a little bit better about that. I was going to say Detroit's got one shot at this. One shot. They're putting all their eggs in their basket tomorrow with Scooble. Don't get me wrong. They've got some good pitchers behind it, but in my opinion, I think we've got better pitchers than they do as far as what's going in and starting. So if they don't win, if the Detroit Tigers don't win tomorrow, they're toast. Doesn't matter what happens after that. That's the way I see it playing out. So I'm a little bit more optimistic when it comes to not necessarily the game plan being completely thrown out. I think that they've still got a game plan, and we've got the experience to do it. So I'm not terribly worried about if something happens tomorrow and we lose like 4-3. I mean, we're still at home. We can still take 2 after that.
Yeah, Brawls, man, you took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, because Scooball
and cut you off. Sorry.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
Do it again. It was great to watch.
No. I mean, because man, outside of Scooball, and I'm not saying that Mannon's not any good, Casey Mize is not any good. I mean, but there's a significant drop off from Scooball to whoever's going game 2, whoever's going game 3, where you throw Framber 1, and there's not that much of a fall off. I mean, really, honestly, I mean, you're pretty much, the way Hunter Brown's been pitching the last 2 or 3 months, I mean, that's not a fall off at all. If not, your game 2 just got harder. And, so and again, to agree with Brawls, I mean, even if they drop tomorrow's game, right? I mean, what other club would you rather have? I don't think they're going to be pressing. They're going to be like, okay, we got to win today and we make it happen. Also good news is we faced Scooball twice this year. He got us once, we got him the other time. So we're 50-50 against him. So, I mean, there's been a handful of times throughout the years where you'll have this kid or any pitcher that's probably going to win the Cy Young, and then he goes out and lays an egg, game 1. I mean, this is Framber's, 6th, 7th, 8th, probably 10th playoff game that he's pitched. This is Scooball's first. So, like I said, they kind of remind me of where we were in 2015, maybe kind of a little bit, where you have a lot of young guys, and this is the first time even sniffing. 2015, it's kind of crazy to think Altuve had never made the playoffs before. All these guys, maybe besides maybe a couple of relievers, maybe had some playoff experience. So that's going to play a big key role. Look with the Astros going back to 2015. They blow that lead, against Kansas City, and then that next game, you kind of know that they were done. You didn't know. I mean, it didn't matter who pitched that game, even though it was Keuchel. You kind of knew that momentum was gone. So they're kind of, I mean, as far as experience, they're facing that uphill battle against the Astros, where if they get a 4-run lead and then they happen to blow it, odds are, that's going to be a pretty huge deceiving blow than it would be if the Astros, if something was to happen and the Astros give up a 2-run lead and the Tigers won game 1, then it would be okay. The Astros pretty much have been in playoff survival mode this in 3/4 of this season.
Yeah.
So what better team to be more backs against the wall this year than the Astros? So I know it's crazy to say, but I'll take, like I said, I mean, as much as I would love to go up 1-0 against their best pitcher, I mean, I agree with Brawls. I think we're at that point where even if they drop the first game, I'm feeling pretty confident about Hunter Brown going game 2.
I just, I just know how I get, even during regular season games where, we go, my emotions with this team go up and down, right? And the playoffs don't make it any better.
Right? Oh, no. It's easy to say that now. It's easy. I'm saying that now. The games haven't started yet.
So when we watch the game,
wait till I start throwing stuff at work.
Right, we're gonna check the tape. We're gonna check this episode and see, and just say, remember when you guys was blah 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 blah, all calm and rainbows and unicorns, But no, tomorrow's gonna be. I can't wait for tomorrow, man, and Wednesday. Me and Chris took some time earlier today, and we kind of looked at game times for the next couple rounds. We wouldn't get any primetime games until the championship series. Period. End of story. Even the DS series, even the DS would be 4:30 games, right? And like you said, Bird, is exactly what we said. This team, the Astros, have been dominating the American League for 8-9 years, and they still can't get primetime games for the playoffs. Now I understand.
You know why?
Oh no, I understand. It's Major League Baseball, and they want the marquee marquee games, right? Like you have the Kansas City, Baltimore. They're not even prime time at all right now.
Yeah,
They
we took the lowest slot. We lost to the fucking Brewers.
The
I'm like, who
Brewers
cares
and
about the Brewers?
The Brewers and who? Mets?
Yeah, I think it's the Brewers and the Mets, or the Brewers and the
Who even
Braves.
knows?
Who cares?
No,
Who
the
cares?
Braves. Yeah, but the Braves play San Diego, right?
You gotta think about it. But I mean, look, they're gonna do
wild,
that
man.
because it's us. You know, it's always been like you said earlier, right? I'm a Houston fan for every Houston team. If we had a hockey team, that would be my favorite team. The Rockets are it. The Texans are it, right?
What about the Dynamo?
They hate us because they ain't us. Okay, you know that's
How long
that's
have
a
you
custom story.
have you waited to say that?
I just made that up myself too. That's key. Check that box, bro. Okay, custom.
Bury Andrew in the H. Bury him in the H. I love it.
You know who the last guy? The last guy who said that now all he does is make HEB commercials.
Mm-hmm.
No, I hear you.
That's pretty good. I like those commercials, man. Okay.
No, but and
That's the only time you see Lance McCullers is in HEB commercials.
Hey, you watch
Right.
out how you talk about him now, okay? Watch out.
So, but I had mentioned this. It's like, I don't know what MLB's doing. You hear MLB every single year, and I've been talking about this for like 10 years now. They complain like, oh, we don't have the young viewership. We don't have all these many people watching, even when we get to the playoffs. How about don't schedule a game at 1:30 in the afternoon on a Tuesday?
A playoff.
Seriously.
Game.
Yeah.
A playoff game at 1:30 in the afternoon on a Tuesday. I don't care if this was our first year getting back in like 2015. Same thing happened. And the fact that they're putting all of the games in the day makes zero sense whatsoever. So I don't understand what MLB is doing with this, and I'll get off my soapbox, but if you're trying to increase your viewership, you're trying to make this a popular sport, you're trying to get the young kids to start watching, maybe wait till they get out of school to put it on TV. Just a thought.
Oh no,
Well,
they countered you, and now I don't know if you read the non-Astros news of the day is they're bringing back the team home and away uniforms for the All-Star game.
Yeah, I saw that today.
And they're going back to a different way they fucking sewed the names and numbers on the jerseys.
Are we just going to like take the lights away as well and just go play all day games? And
So they said, haha, bros, we'll counter you with new All-Star uniforms, which were pretty much just going back to the way things were. And we're going to go back to our the old numbers and lettering for the jerseys.
So
call me when they go back to majestic jerseys, and I'll be happy.
The real jerseys, yeah.
So they're going to have to pay more than what Nike
on
does.
sale now because they switched to Nike, right? So as soon as they did that, all the majestic whatever at Academy and everywhere went on sale. It was a great time for a budget friendly fan, you know.
Yeah, and now on eBay they're like double. Trust me. Mike tried to find me a Bregman Majestic jersey. I was looking on eBay. It was like $600.
That's a good way of saying for a cheap ass.
Look, not everybody can be like you when we grow up, okay? Some of us try to make it.
Hey, you don't want to be like me. I can tell you that right now. I can tell you that right now. Oh, man.
It's tough on these streets, man.
Dude, it's stupid tough. Stupid tough. So what's our prediction for this?
Ooh, Andrew, you know what? Since you have graced us with your presence, you can go first.
I don't know, man. I mean, let's see. I think it's gonna go to game 3. I think we're gonna take the first one. I don't know, man. We usually don't do that. I think we're going to take game 2 and 3, and they're not showing who's pitching on game 2 and 3 yet. So I don't.
It's probably going to
pitch on 2?
We
probably
pretty much
Hunter
know.
Brown on game 2,
and then Kikuchi,
and then you say game 3.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Who?
That's what I would do. You say.
Okay.
Hey, look, I can only do that once an episode, man. I can't do it more than once.
I'm gonna say we're winning, obviously, but we're gonna take game 2 and 3, and I think we lose tomorrow. I think AJ Hinch, man, he may have our number at the start, and so
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think tomorrow is going to be a classic pitcher's duel tomorrow. And it's going to take an error or a miscue that's going to prove extremely costly. And with that, God, man, I really don't want to be a homer about it, but at the same time, like,
it's nice over here.
Framber's been pitching so damn well, though, man. Like, he really freaking has. So I think I'm gonna have us going Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, closing this out on Wednesday. We don't even see you say this.
Who's the homer now?
Well, I'm just saying. So that's my prediction. Tuesday, Wednesday, we're wrapped up by Wednesday afternoon at 4:30.
All right, what you got, Chris?
All right. I agree. Like, I think it will be more of a pitcher's duel. I think at the end of the day, I think we'll take game one. I think we'll take it 4-2. We'll put up 3 earned runs on Scooble. And then I have too much. I mean, like, I'm going to say we close it up Wednesday as well. And Hunter Brown's going to do Hunter Brown things. And I think we're going to take that game 6-3.
All right, hang on. So you're going Tuesday, Wednesday?
Tuesday, Wednesday.
4-2.
4-2 tomorrow, 6-3 on Wednesday. Wrap it
All
up.
right.
I mean, it's just there's just not a lot of playoff experience on that team. And, like, I understand everybody loves to blow AJ Hinch. I get it. I mean, but, like, he's made some stupid-ass decisions in the playoffs as well, too, when he was here. Like, that game.
You mean like taking Greinke out?
Taking Greinke out.
Not putting Cole in?
Yeah. Like, so he's known to do some bloopers, in the playoffs. And I just think that team, as hot as they are, they're still very young, no playoff experience, and they're playing against a team who's been there, done that, even with all the issues that they've had this year. So that's what I think.
All right, Browse. Let's go.
All right. Well, as hot as they are, they've got a day off today, just like we do. Except we're used to taking a day off just to get to the playoffs. They're used to going fishing right about now or scheduling their tea time for tomorrow. Or some of those younger guys that have been brought up at the end go report over at Dick's Sporting Goods to get their shift started again. So here's what I say. And, Chris, I'm very close to you on that. I say we win tomorrow. I say we win 4-3. It's a close one. We're not going to hammer the over on that one. We're going to hit the under on that one. And then when we come in on Wednesday, I think this is a blowout. I think this is where, like, the Tigers come in. They want to play really well. The nerves are all hitting them. And then we jump all over them in the first 3 innings. So I say we go win Tuesday, Wednesday. And on that Wednesday game, final score is going to be somewhere around 9-2.
Dude. I swear to God, that was the score that I had in my head.
So hammer that over on Wednesday. Hammer the under on Tuesday tomorrow.
All right, so we're gonna back up. So Bird, as I'm doing mine, you think of your scores for yours, Andrew. Shake your head if you hear.
Yeah, I got you. So I gotta give you what I think of the scores are gonna be.
Yeah. All right. So
right,
Wednesday. I'm gonna give you time. Wednesday, our Tuesday game, I was going to go 3-2. 3-2 us on Tuesday. And then Wednesday I was going to go 5-3. 5-3. So that's my scores for Tuesday and Wednesday.
And what I said, we're going to lose Tuesday?
You're losing Tuesday.
Yep. So I think there's going to be, man, I think Tuesday is going to be 1-0. Right?
Oh shit!
Ooh, man, that is a duel.
Yeah.
They're not pushing Framber around, right? Like that's not going to happen. Our entire pitching staff, relievers, right? They're rested up, so I think we're good on that. Tuesday, I think we're going to show up to show out, bro. 4-1, and then we'll take your 9-2 on Wednesday.
So 4-1, 9-2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Andrew's the only one with a Thursday game too, right?
Yeah.
So what are we doing on Thursday, brother?
That's it. He's got it. He misspoke.
Okay,
So he got
he's got all three?
1-0
Okay.
1-0 loss on tomorrow, 4-1 on Wednesday, winner 9-2 blowout Wednesday or Thursday. Sorry.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, those are pretty good scores. I think
Yeah.
the blowout game, the 9. I swear that was the exact score I had in my head was 9. Like when you said blowout, I'm like, yeah, it's 9. You gotta have to put up 9 for that one.
Yeah, well, because they haven't been here before, so they're gonna get rushed at the beginning. Right, by the time we get to Thursday, they're gonna be tired. They're not gonna know how to handle themselves. We've been here, been there, done that. Right, so this is the new kids on the block trying to come over here and mess with the big dog on the porch. But hey, man, you haven't been on the porch before, and you just don't jump in the ring and box with Ali because you said you can box. That's not how it works. So. No, they start off all right, but no.
Should have you on more. Have you on more often.
Look, y'all won't let me be on here all the time. Okay, that's why y'all don't let me talk. Y'all make me type all the time. It's okay. I get it. I understand. I would do the same thing.
No, but you're right though, man. The only thing, again, to be devil's advocate or to be Debbie Downer, like I just think about the teams here recently that have come in at the last day, have made it on the last day, and runs they get on. And I'm not saying Detroit's going to get on a run and be like an Arizona Diamondbacks or the Nationals when they did it, But this is when these type of teams, they just show up. They show up and then they just start. They don't even, because they're playing with house money, right? They're playing with house money. They don't know. They don't know what they're not supposed to be doing. So
right. Their fans are just happy they made it this far.
Yeah, I mean they had to play up until yesterday to even get to the postseason.
Yeah, but there's a huge difference between like those examples. So like Washington, you had a guy who, did you know he was only 19? I mean, you had a super megastar in Juan Soto on that team. Plus, you had other pieces you had Strasburg that was dealing. There's no Juan Soto on this.
I understand that. I'm just talking about the team as a whole.
I mean, I get it. I mean, but what I'm saying is, you're looking at different aspects of, where the Tigers were to where like Washington was. Like even Arizona last year, Arizona had pitching and they had, good God, they had studs all throughout that lineup.
Yep.
Like it was, like you had.
Right, but they were a 500 team the whole season and they got hot at the end. That's the only point that I'm making. That's the only point that I'm making. I'm not comparing them to 1 through 9 Arizona Diamondbacks last year, or 1 through 9, Nationals and whatever year, 19, whatever I said, right? I'm just saying, like, those teams that barely come in, who don't know what the hell they're doing other than, hey, we made it. Those can be dangerous teams, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I think the big key to tomorrow is the Astros got to get the Scuball early. I think if they can get to him early and really kind of put him on the ropes, I think that will go in our favor as well.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bryce.
Sorry. No, you're fine, man. To both your points, I mean, they don't really have that one killer on the team that's going to come up that you're really worried about. They just got a bunch of young kids. So it's there is no Juan Soto. You're right. There is no group of guys that I'm like, okay, we got to get batters 2, 3, and 4 out or we're completely screwed. I don't feel that way about that lineup at all. You can be hot, but at the same time, think about like the 2015 Astros when they came up. Carlos Correa was a head case playing in all those games. I mean, even to the point where he lost the series against Kansas City, who ended up going on and winning the World Series. I mean, but, we stayed in it, but at the same time, they didn't have the experience. They just weren't ready yet. So I know, Andrew, you were talking about that too. I don't see any reason why we can't handle the series, move on, and call it a day.
Get ready for Cleveland. But just don't overlook this team, right? Because this is, in my opinion, going back to, I know PK has used this analogy before, this is your trap series before Cleveland.
It is.
So
1,000%.
handle business.
Don't mess around.
And if you got the chance to put Screwball away, put him away.
Hell yeah. Well, guys, I appreciate it. I'm PK. That's Chris. That's Bryles. That's the man out front of the glass.
He's got a face for behind the glass.
And we will holler at y'all here soon. We'll make an announcement on Facebook when we're coming back on live. Let's go Astros. Let's take this series and move on to Cleveland.
Get your playoff mustaches ready.
Let's go.
All right. That's that. You can stop it right there. That was good. And now everybody's going to see why y'all don't let me on. They're going to be
That's
like,
true.
bro, that guy's too much.
Why the
Too
fuck
much.
is this guy talking about Muhammad Ali?
No, you did fine, dude. Don't worry about it.
That was Fast and Furious, so that was
So-
Fast and Furious 1.
Is there a way to make that outro music longer? We're still live recording.
Yeah, we're still recording, but it's fine.
Okay.
You can edit it, right?
Yeah, so I'll have to go to Podcastle because that's where I got that song. So just how long do you want it to fucking go? Because that was just a little 12-second snippet.
We'll lose.